Okay, I'm going to use my fractionated coconut oil as my plant-based oil for my natural facelift, but I'm going to start with a little massage, and that's just going to stimulate the lymphatic system and give it some drainage. You'll actually be able to feel it. It gets a little bit tingly, and then you know that you're ready to move on to your natural facelift. So I'm just going to take a pump or two of the fractionated coconut oil. Again, you can use any plant-based oil that you like, but this one's handy. I'm going to go ahead and put that on my hands. And then from here, I'm just going to work it into my skin. I like the coconut oil because it works for just about everybody's skin. It's loaded with fatty acids and antioxidants, so it's really healthy for my skin. And I'm going to move that into my neck. And I'm going to start right here in my neck. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to make it into a circle, and I'm pulling up and then rinsing down on my neck. And this is where the lymphatic system is going to be draining. And you can do that on both sides. You will get a little bit pink while you do this, and that's going to tell you that you're working into the circulatory system, so you get a little bit more blood flow. And then from here, I'm going to take my thumbs underneath my chin, and I'm just going to pull up. And I do each one of these moves about, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times. And you could even kind of take your knuckles into your skin. I'm just moving my thumb right underneath my jawline up to my ear. So I'm just doing a little bit of drainage work right now. And I'm going to take my hands right underneath my cheekbones. I'm just going to push up and hold, and then move that up to my temples. I'm going to push up underneath my cheekbones and then come up to my temples. Pushing up and out. And then right along the side of my nose and out towards my ears. And then you can just take it across your forehead. And then from here, I'm going to take my hand onto the mastoid process. And I use this kind of soft, beefy part of my palm just below my thumb. I'm going to rest that into the mastoid process, and I'm going to tip my head over to the side. And I'm going to draw about 20 circles into the mastoid process. I have quite a bit of lymph nodes here, so I'm just stimulating the drainage of the lymph. And after I do about 20 circles or so, I'm going to hold that for a couple of breaths. So just relax your face. Do this maybe twice a day to start before you start to really notice some changes. You'll probably see some things happening in my face as we go along. I'm going to take that same spot on my hand. I'm going to push that into my jaw. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just gently working into the tissue. So this is really working into the connective tissue system. This is where the collagen production happens. I'm going to stimulate collagen production, and I'm also going to move fresh fluid into the connective tissue. I'm going to hold that still and just take 2 breaths. And then I'll take my hand up to my temple where we seem to hold a lot of stress, and I'm just going to move that and again into that little circle. And then I'm going to hold it here, and I'm going to wait for 2 breaths. And then I'm going to go back into my jaw, and I'm going to do it again for about 20 little circles. Just a gentle press. You're only getting into the surface layer of connective tissue. And then I'll hold it here and I'll wait. And then I'll move it back to the mastoid process. And then I'll hold it here and I'll wait just for a couple of breaths. And now I'm going to move fresh fluid into the system. I'm just going to work on this right side to see if you can see the difference between the right side of my face and the left. I can feel it when I talk and smile that this right side feels like it's lifted a little bit. I'm just taking my fingertips from the hairline to my eyebrow and then across my cheek and down towards my jaw. And then I'm just going to move it into that lymphatic drainage. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit more of a lift, a little bit more contouring over on this side of my face. And I'll even feel like my eye just feels like it's a little bit more open on this side. My whole smile comes up a little bit higher on this side. So let's do the same thing over on the left. So I'm going to start with that little mastoid massage. I'm just going to put that kind of beefy part of my thumb pad right into the mastoid. I'm going to draw about 20 circles. I'm going to relax. I'm going to hold that there for a couple of breaths, just put a little bit of pressure onto the mastoid. And then release and come into the jaw. Just do a little tiny circle. My head is tipped in towards my hand. And I'm going to wait right here. So if you have TMJ, migraines, headaches, sinus issues, this is a really nice thing to do. And then put your hand now into the temple and draw those little circles. Again, I do about 20, and then I'm going to hold it and I'm going to wait. And then just come back down into the jaw. Hold it and wait. And then back into the mastoid. And hold it and wait. And now sending fresh fluid into the connective tissue system in my face. I'm going to work from my forehead, coming from the hairline. It's just like a little quick flick. And then I'm going to come down from my cheek towards my jaw. And then from here, I'm going to move that in from the side of my neck. There, so that's it. It just feels like my face has a little bit more vibrancy to it. It feels a little bit tingly. I feel like my lips feel a little bit fuller. And what I would do is I'd probably put a tightening serum on top, and then I would put my makeup on if I were getting ready to go out for the day. I hope that's been helpful to you, and I'll talk to you soon.